Hi my friends, so today I have an update video for you. This is all like hits and misses, what worked, what didn't. In November I hauled a lot. I bought a lot of stuff. There was the VIB sale, you know, there was a lot going on, and I did a few first impressions videos for you guys. I will link all those videos below. I did a foundation test video, and I always like to bring you an update video because I love doing first impressions, but first impressions, you only get so much valuable information. I have been like putting these to the test probably for a month now. Let's start with foundation. So I did a full all day wear test on the Clarins Extra Firming Foundation SPF 15. My shade is Nude 105. I like this foundation, but I don't love it. I'm wearing a lot of this today on my face. This is what I'm wearing today. I do love the color match. It looks so natural on the skin. You get a very medium to full coverage. Like, it's not full coverage, but it's pretty good, and you can build it. It feels extremely comfortable on the skin all day long. Now, I actually think this would be better for people with dry skin. I have super oily skin, as you guys know, and by the end of the day, I'm looking very dewy, like extra dewy with this foundation on, which makes me think somebody with dry skin is probably going to do a lot better with it. By the way, it is so windy outside today. If you hear noises, that's the wind on the house. It's absolutely crazy. But back to the foundation. I love the packaging on this. It's got the beautiful like frosted bottle. It's got a nice pump on it. When I blot it, it doesn't take away any of the makeup. Like, the makeup still stays in place, which is awesome. And then the oil goes away when I blot it, which is good. But it's not as good as some other mattifying foundations if you have oily skin. But if you have dry skin, excellent. As for the firming effects, I haven't really seen anything. I'm gonna keep using it though. I don't know. I've been using it enough, I think, to notice if there was any firming effects. I haven't really noticed anything. Next is this NARS blush. It's from the holiday collection, the Sarah Moon collection. I know this is still available through Sephora and other places. This is in the shade Impudique. This is a beautiful blush. It's a stunning color. It's like this super pigmented, definitely more pink, but it's got this gold glow to it where I almost want to say it's peachy, but it's definitely more vibrant pink. I love this blush. I love the color of it. I think the sheen it has is gorgeous. The only complaint I have is that it's almost too pigmented, and you have to have such a super light hand when you put this on your cheeks because it can end up looking a little blotchy, and it's not the most blendable of blushes. A couple things that I'm going to talk to you about I actually did put in my what I've been loving video, and so I don't want to go on too long because I don't want to talk about things multiple times, but I know there's people that don't watch every video. So this is the Cover FX, the Perfect Light Highlighting Powder in Moonlight. This is absolutely stunning. This is one of the most blendable highlights, actually probably the most blendable highlight I have ever got my hands on. And you know, I have lots of high-end highlights. I have lots of drugstore highlights. This like is better than Becca highlights. It's better than it's just better than anything I've ever tried in terms of the way it melts into your skin, blends into your skin. It looks so natural, but yet it gives you so much glow. Now today I'm actually wearing something else, but I did put a tiny bit of this on because I've been loving this so much. Like, I think I've actually put a dent in this. This is probably my most favorite highlight, and that's saying something. The packaging is plastic. It's crappy. I hate the packaging. I wish they would step up their game on the packaging for how pricey this is. That would be nice, but I cannot complain about the product at all. This is the new addition to the CoverGirl eyeshadow family. They have the goldens, the nudes, the roses, and this is the jewels. And when I first got my hands on this, I did not see any info anywhere about it. I still haven't found too much information, except that I have now seen this in the permanent displays with the other three palettes. So that makes me think it's permanent. This I like, but I don't love. I don't think it's the best quality, and I really don't think any of these palettes from CoverGirl are the best quality eyeshadows. They are good for being drugstore. They don't last throughout the day. That's my biggest complaint. They definitely wear away. you don't have that same vibrancy you have when you first apply it. I am wearing mostly other things on my eyes today, but I am just wearing a little bit of this purple in the crease and blend it out with this shade. One thing I do like about this palette a lot is that even though almost all of these are satins or shimmers, they do give you an absolutely perfect matte blending shade right here. Like that's just the perfect blending shade. Everything else is a pretty color, it just doesn't last all that long. And so that's why it's not my favorite. If you are like on a budget and you have to buy drugstore makeup, I still think there are other better quality palettes out there, like the Milani Everyday Eyes palettes come to my mind. But I wouldn't steer you away from buying this. Just know that it's not going to give you tons of longevity. I like this so much that I actually got a full size of it. This is the Benefit Gimme Brow. This is a sample size I'm still working on. I just realized this is in the shade 1 and I purchased the shade 3. Uh-oh. I thought I had the shade 3. Anyway, so this is it's like a brow gel that has fibers in it. I am wearing it today. I don't know that you're going to be able to tell. It just gives your brows like it sets them, but it gives them a little bit extra volume because of the fibers in it. The brush on it is really teensy tiny, which is awesome for fitting on your eyebrows. This is a classic product. It's just been repackaged into this cute little packaging and now I love it. So you guys know when I did my first impressions, I went gaga over this cream lip gloss from, I wanted to say Lush for a second, from Bite Beauty. It's gold. It's like so straight up shiny, shimmery gold. It's like mind blowing how they did that. Like I've never seen anything like it. I absolutely love it. Do I have an occasion to wear this like all the time? No. I think the holidays is perfect for it, which is probably why it came out around the holidays. But it can definitely be sheared out over like vampy lips. The only thing is when I put this over a very deep lip, and let's just talk about it for a second, MAC Diva right here, which by the way is a stunning shade. It made this very matte lipstick bleed outside the lines. So I'm not really sure how to get around that. Maybe a lip liner can take that effect away a little bit, but it definitely will bleed. So you might not want to go so vampy, or you might just want to be super careful. In terms of this lipstick, this MAC Diva, I love the color. It's super matte. It's very comfortable. There's not much else to say about that. But this, I think, is definitely limited edition, and if you can still get it, you should. I believe these are now permanent to NARS. These are the Velvet Lip Glides. I bought Bound, and that's what I tested. Absolutely beautiful, like dusty rose shade. These are super plush. They feel very gel-like. They are definitely more like a lip gloss than a lipstick or a liquid lipstick. But they last a really long time. Like I took this to work with me a couple times in my pocket, and I did have it with me to reapply if I needed to, but I really didn't have to. Like after about an hour and a half, I would say the shine is mostly gone, and you still have a lot left behind that's a little bit more matte looking. So they do really start out shiny, but they kind of get matte over the course of wearing them, but super comfortable. I bought another one in the shade Playpen, and I would definitely recommend these. They're awesome. One of the things I tested was actually something that I have in my Bought It Forgot It, so I will be talking about this there, but it's the e.l.f. Precision Liquid Liner, and it is actually one that's like a well, and then it comes out with a little brush. So it's different than a pen. It's very black when I swatch it, but like I'm wearing it today and on the eyes, I don't feel like it's more black than anything else I've really been using lately. And I've been fluctuating between a lot of high-end and drugstore liners, and I don't feel like this is super black. It is really easy to work with. I was a little bit worried that having this super flexible brush was going to be difficult with the wing, but it actually isn't. It's actually super easy. It can transfer on the inner corner. I haven't had too bad of a problem with that, but it can transfer a little bit. The other thing is it goes on super wet and it takes a long time to dry. So you have to be careful that you're not like, you know, looking up and transferring it before it's dry or something. It's very wet when it first goes on. It takes a little bit. Let's talk about a couple of things I actually returned. So I tried the Smashbox Hydrating Concealer. I can't remember the name of it. I'll put it below. But it's the one that goes in the line with their foundation that I love, the 15-hour hydrating foundation, which is freaking awesome and I still love it. I thought the concealer would be just as good, and it really just wasn't full coverage enough for me. I don't know, you guys. I've been feeling like my dark circles have been getting worse over the last month and a half. Even with color correcting, I feel like they're like, you can really see them more in videos even. And so I don't know, like the concealer though definitely was not standing up to my Estee Lauder one or even like MAC Pro Longwear. So I did return that. I did like it, like it felt nice on the skin, but it just wasn't full coverage. So if you're not somebody who deals with super dark circles like I am, you might still like that. The other thing I returned is the Huda Beauty lip contour set. So the 2 mini liquid lipsticks and the lip liner. I really liked the lip liner. I thought it was an awesome product. The liquid lipsticks did not dry down fully throughout the entire day. It was so weird, and every time I would press my lips together, they would kind of do that thing where they kind of slowly pull apart and it sticks. Hated it. So I don't know, those seem to get good reviews online, but not in my experience, so I just returned that, which was a shame because the colors were really nice. I've got a couple brushes here. This is the Lise Watier Corsage brush. It's absolutely cute, it's pretty, it's got the white, the gold, and then the pink bristles. It's very, very soft. This isn't really a very good blush brush. It's a little bit too, I don't know, floppy maybe. It doesn't do a great job with blush, but what I love it for is blush topper. So I've been using blush topper constantly the last month. I've been like concocting my own blush, you know, things going on my face, like different layers of different blushes, and I love this for that. So it's just really good for just doing a kind of loose topping. Like it's not precise enough for doing regular blush, but to just kind of loosely top your blush, I do like it. I think this might actually be pretty good for bronzer too. Actually didn't even try it for that, but I was just thinking about it now. I might try it for bronzer now. I think it's a little too big for highlight. It could be a good powder brush, definitely a good loose powder brush, but I still would recommend it if you're in need of one of those types of brushes. This brush from Urban Decay, it's called the Moondust E210. So the idea for this is that it's supposed to pick up their Moondust shadows. Now I don't own their Moondust shadows, but they are very glittery. And so I thought this would just be a good brush in general for picking up like very glittery shadows. And I just don't think it is. I don't think it's really worth the price tag. And I don't think it does anything different than a regular shader brush. So I say save your money. I think they look really nice. I love the gunmetal kind of ferrule, and I just think they look really pretty. But other than looks, it does a good job. It just doesn't do anything over and above what a normal brush does. This powder foundation from NYX is called the Stay Matte But Not Flat. It's really good, especially if you have oily skin. I don't know if you can tell, but I've kind of been messing it up quite a bit because I've been using it a lot. I don't feel like you get a lot of coverage from this. Like this is in the shade Creamy Natural. I don't feel like it's giving me any extra color or coverage, but I do feel like it actually mattifies really well. So this to me is like really right up there with my e.l.f. HD finishing powder, which I will always swear by. It's like my holy grail for oily skin. But I really like this. I don't like this packaging. I never like these that have the sponge in it and they kind of fall open like this. To me it's unnecessary, and really look at like the size of the pan. It's kind of tiny. It is a little bit soft, so when you put in a powder brush it does kind of fly everywhere, which is a shame because you're kind of wasting a little bit of product when that happens, but what are you going to do? Another love, and I knew I was going to love this, is the Cheek Pop from Clinique in Black Honey Pop. I love these blushes. This is now my third one. I definitely want to get more. This looks super dark in the pan, but actually applied to the cheeks, it's what I'm wearing today. It doesn't look too dark, does it? So it actually like shears out really well. There's a pretty hard swatch of it and you can kind of see the color. It actually has sheen to it, and all of them, at least the ones I have already, have a little bit of sheen to them. They're absolutely beautiful. If you have slept on these so far, you shouldn't. You should pick one up. Let's talk about a few MAC Nutcracker Suite products. I don't know if you can still find these. If you can before the holidays, you should pick them up. They are really nice products. The packaging is just to die for. Like the purple, the bright neon pink, and then the gold. Even like the way they have kind of put the stars in the powder is really pretty. This is the Magic Dust Powder in Sweet Vision. I don't know why it's called Magic Dust Powder. It is more like a blush, except that it can be sheared out quite a bit, but there's like a heavy swatch of it. You can see, you can get a lot of pigment. It's this nice peachy pink with this gold shift. It definitely has a gold shift. I love this on its own. I love it lightly as a blush topper. I think this product is stunning and gorgeous, and I would definitely get it if your local MAC still has it. Now this probably you can't get. This is one thing that sold out very quickly, and I am giving one of these away in my giveaway if you haven't entered that yet. That's always linked in my description bar. But this is the Nutcracker Sweet Copper Face Compact, and this is the one that has Whisper of Guilt and Pleasure Model. So this is what it looks like on the inside. There's the Whisper of Guilt highlight, and Pleasure Model is the blush. I actually really like this blush. I haven't used it too much. I only used it a few times. If you have yellow undertones, it'll look really nice on you. It's kind of a burnt nude shade with a little bit of sheen to it. Whisper of Guilt, for as much hype there is around this product, I just don't get it. I'm wearing it today, and I think it's nice, but I don't think it's anything incredible or amazing. I think it's just nice. It is kind of a gold highlight. It's very hard pressed in the pan. I mean, you can see it is definitely pretty. There's nothing wrong with it. I just don't think that it's anything spectacular. You cannot use a soft brush, it won't pick it up. I tried using my Wayne Gosso 2 brush in here and it won't pick up the product. I have to get in there with like a much harder like tapered highlighting brush, and then I can easily pick up the product. But that's why it kind of looks very messed up. I think you can see it doesn't look very pretty anymore, and that's because you really have to dig into it. So a little bit of a complaint about that, but I just want to let you know, you guys, if you missed out on it, don't feel so bad. It's not like the most amazing thing ever. Go pick up the Cover FX highlight instead. You'll be very happy. So what is on my lips right now is the Bare Minerals Gen Nude Radiant Lipstick in the shade Strip. I love this color. I think this is such a great nude color, especially for me, for my skin tone. I absolutely love this color. I'm not sure I love this lipstick. For as creamy as it is, like going on, it feels very gel-like. It feels kind of like it glides, but it's kind of that thin, slippery lipstick feeling. Kind of like that YSL formula that comes in the super luxe packaging with the gold, which I also don't like. I feel like it's a very thin, very slippery feeling. And for something that calls itself like, it's supposed to be very buttery, like the description online, it's supposed to be very buttery. I just feel like it's very slippery, and I want it to be more moisturizing. It's kind of very wet, but it's not moisturizing, but I do love the color. I actually feel like the first time I wore this, my lips felt very dry after I had worn it for like an hour, and I kind of needed like lip balm, which is weird. So I have not purchased a second one yet, even though I like all the colors in this line. I really like the liquid lipsticks from this line, but I'm just not entirely sold on these. So there's my thoughts. I don't know if that helps you or not. But yeah, I'm not like run out and get that. So the Estee Edit, I did talk about all three of these things in my what I've been loving video, so I don't want to spend too much time other than to say I really like all three of these. This is the Estee Edit Pore Vanishing Stick. This is like a primer for filling in your pores. It's like a balm, and then you just put it right on your face where you want to fill in pores. I've been using this almost every single time I wear makeup. It acts very much like Benefit Professional. It just really gives you that smooth surface. Really like this a lot. The double-ended eyeliner, this is called the Inside Track Eye Kajal. It's in Bold Bordeaux and Urban Nude. Bold Bordeaux is actually a little bit more brown than Bordeaux, but it is beautiful. I've been wearing this a lot on my upper lash line. And then Urban Nude is just a beautiful brightening liner, which I am wearing today. It really brightens and opens up your eyes. It's super creamy. It stays in the waterline really well, even on me, which let's not even talk about how bad my waterline is for that. But I really like that product. I really want to get another one. And I have talked this to death this month. This is the Estee Edit Gritty and Glow palette. It's a 2 palette system. They are magnetized. So this side is your face palette, and then this side, and I think I lost the plastic, yeah, in one of them but not the other. That is your eye palette right there. Today I'm wearing this gold and this brown on my eyes. Super beautiful eyeshadows. They're so beautiful pigmented. I put this in my gift guide suggestions video. I know this is still available. I don't know if it's available because they made a huge quantity of them or if it's available because it's just not being talked about, but I have seen a few people talk about it on YouTube anyway. There's a few swatches for you, like come on now. The only thing I'm thinking about this palette is that it might steer people away because it is super like dramatic and dark and not everybody might like that. And while that is true, I still think it's worth picking up, especially for the face palette part of it, which I love this face palette. It's so beautiful. These two I have like mixed together and on my cheeks. I've been doing that consistently through the last few weeks, just running this brush right across like this and then using it as a blush topper like almost every time I wear blush, and I really like it. So I have a whole bunch of mascara here. I've got 4 different kinds. This one I actually did not use in a video, but I wanted to give you guys an update on it, so I just thought I'd include it here. Okay, the Clarins Super Volume Mascara. Actually, let me talk about this and this one in conjunction. This is the Art Deco All-in-One Mascara. Both of these came from my little mascara sampler where I can redeem for full size. The brushes are kind of similar. They're just that really kind of natural bristle brush. You can see, and they perform very much the same. Just kind of nice mascara, but like nothing to write home about. So I don't feel like I would send you off on a quest to find these because they just don't perform better than like a very good drugstore mascara, and each one of them is like $30 or something, which no thank you. This Hypno Star, I don't like it. This is from Lancome. I love some Lancome mascaras. You guys know I talk about Lancome Hypno Drama all the time. This one is really super weird. It's a triangle, but then when you turn it on its side, it's like flat. So you can only really use like this side to go underneath and actually catch your lashes. I don't know what the intention of this brush is. Like, it doesn't make sense to me why it would be flat. Because it kind of limits what you can do with it, and I just found it to be very clumpy and kind of dry, and I really don't like it. So I'm actually just gonna trash this, and I probably won't use these two anymore because I have way more mascaras to test. But this one here I wanted to let you guys know about because this is the new one from L'Oreal. It's the Voluminous Feline Noir, and I did talk about the gift set in my gift guide video, and this is what the brush looks like. It's very kind of thin and not too like wide. It's got plastic tiny little spiky bristles, and you do have to be careful with it. Like, it can kind of be a little bit stabby like the Benefit one, the They're Real. It kind of reminds me of that in that sense, but it does give you nice separated lashes that has a little bit of length and a little bit of volume. I don't think it's like the most mind-blowing mascara ever, but if you wanted to try it, I wouldn't steer you away from it. I think it's still worth trying, and I do like it. I'm gonna keep using it. I've only used it about 4 or 5 times now. We'll see over the course of time if it dries out or if it gets better. You know, sometimes mascaras can do that, but for now I think it's good but not incredible. So I think this video is probably pretty long because I did have a ton to talk about, but I hope that you guys got some really good information out of this. I have enjoyed a lot of these products and enjoyed putting a lot of them to the test. Now, over Christmas, my birthday, Boxing Day, you know, we'll see how much new makeup I actually pick up. I don't know how much there's gonna be, if I will be doing another first impressions video anytime soon. But I wanted to ask you guys what you want to see from my channel in the new year, because I always have ideas, but I want to know what you want to see. So if you want to leave me comments below, or you can tweet me or Instagram or Snapchat, whatever's the easiest for you, just let me know what kind of videos you'd be interested in seeing from me, and I am definitely open to whatever suggestions you guys have. That is it for today. Thanks so much for spending time with me. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. Bye.